familiar beat that once you hear it, you know what's coming next. It was the song that would change the life of a long-waiting singer forever. The beginning of what would be a parade of hits, creating the persona Father Festival. The year was 1971, and Eric Donaldson was working an odd job painting houses. But his true aspiration was to establish himself as a singer, doing what he loved most and earning from it. His ambition brought him in and around the music circuit, at studios writing for established singers, hugging the spotlight he was longing for. But let's take it back a little further.
1970, there was a producer called Mr. Minot coming here looking some reggae song, hit songs. I go to audition with him at Dynamic Sounds. The Slickers was there, and Iron was there. About maybe 20 artists was there. But it come down to two songs, which was Cherry Oh Baby and Johnny Too Bad. The guy was there talking and complaining, and he don't know which one of the song to sing, to pick, and he picked Johnny Too Bad.
Walking down the road with a pistol in your waist, Johnny Too Bad.
One of the time I end up at Derek Harriet Place and King Street.
Walking down the road.
Come like they never recognize the song either, and he pick a song over my song called Love I. And I said, boy, are you going to the competition with Cherry Oh Baby? You know, because I still have my mind on it. So it's a good song.
Yes, his confidence in Cherry Oh Baby persisted, despite it being passed over several times.
There was a man in the area called Mr. Daly, and I was painting his house with the Cherry Oh Baby song in my pocketbook, and like one of the morning I come to paint, and I said, but Eric, are you that is a crooner? You know, and I said, yes. I said, what do you have? So I sing the song for him, the Cherry Oh Baby, and he said, boy, that song deserves a prize, you know, Eric. And even that boosts me and give me some more impetus to move on with the Cherry Oh Baby.
He entered the 1971 Jamaica Festival Song Competition for the first time, and
exactly what I think would happen. That's what happened. I was a winner.
Eric admits that this was a song that propelled his music in and outside of the national competition. So, who is Cherry?
It don't base off on nothing personal. But there's a rumor going around that there was a girl living in the area named Cherry. And there's a rumor going around that Cherry was my girl. But Cherry wasn't my girl. And I want to tell you too, the name of the song wasn't Cherry Oh Baby. It was singing, oh, 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 my little darling. And then somehow, on the last verdict, I said, put Cherry Oh, call her name, you know. It's just a name.
Sweet Jamaica is now on the move. Help me with my song and let the people them come sing along. Take up your cutlass, a shovel and your hoe. Take up your books, them people let us go. Call out the youth and brother, let us show. Sweet Jamaica, we really want to grow.
Eric's second win 6 years later, and most definitely a hit, was Sweet Jamaica, a song written by his friend Winston Wallace.
I said, Wallace, this song going to win, you know. Yeah. So you certain, I said, yeah, man. So you take it to Grub Cooper and Fab 5, and they recorded it, and I voiced it, and it was exactly so.
That year, he won 3 prizes for Sweet Jamaica: Best Song, Best Performer, and Best Singer. Wallace's second offer would be no different when the duo collaborated again the following year.
I will never leave her shores. I will never run away. I will always believe in the black, the green, the gold, I say.
Music is something that is inborn, you know. Because from a tender age, I used to just hear the sound of music in my ears and listening to other type of music on the radio, and it's like something just inject the music in my system. So I just say I'm going to choose music.
The catalyst to that melodic injection started as early as 13 years old, when young Eric would peruse the local papers for lyrics to his favorite songs.
They used to have those songs coming out in the Star. I think every evening they used to have songs from America come out in the Stars. Stackerly, them type of music. So I used to cut them out and paste them in my exercise book till I have a fat exercise book. I started to practice those songs and learn off some of them too, you know.
You check a ride on a minibus. Destination Kingston, the Kingston. Suddenly we came to a stop, and then I look around. It was red lights, green lights, yellow lights, turning upside down.
Having won the competition 7 times, Eric is a staple in Jamaican festival music. And while he is grateful for this, he is bemused as to why this love has not filtered to the tracks he has made outside of the competition by the people in the land of his birth. All the while, Brazil and countries in Africa have embraced Eric's other songs over the years.
The same love of the common people, Lonely Nights, Cinderella, It Is Love I Gave You, Trouble in Africa, Give Me Some Loving. All those songs are hit songs in different countries. I will sing them all 2 different times on stage. One thing I say, all these songs that I do, and they are hit songs in different countries, right? I want to know if these songs are not good enough for Jamaica people. Otherwise, the people who are listening to my songs and accept them, they must be stupid. In Jamaica, have all the knowledge.
His frustration has not dampened the mood of this proud Jamaican. He is proud of the platform the competition has given him, and at 77 years old, he is still going strong.
With a whole heap of sweat and tears, we have journeyed throughout the years. Love crisis was in now we were. We prayed and we struggled and we won the day. So I am proud to be Jamaican, and I love Sydney home.
The greatest show on earth is here, and Fan Central goes into extra time for 39 days right throughout FIFA's Showpiece tournament. With a Pepsi in hand, of course. Catch the playbook with a tactical breakdown from our expert coaches. Come sit in our fan corner where you have your say on the day's action. Fame or shame, who were the best or worst players of the day? And have a laugh as we share some of the best reactions on social media. After the final whistle, it's extra time. Fan Central Extra Time. 8 p.m. daily with 10 p.m. shows on select days where there are 8 p.m. match kickoffs.
Fan Central Extra Time is brought to you by the Pepsi Football Nation, where fans make the rules. Football, better with Pepsi.
Yeah man, you don't know 2 Locks the 876 Rebel, and I represent for CVM. See it happen.
Fan Central Extra Time is brought to you by the Pepsi Football Nation, where fans make the rules. Football, better with Pepsi. We also want to thank Digicel. Turn up your winnings this summer with Digicel. Courts, bringing value home. Mothers, love in every bite. And Just Bet Goal Rush. Watch all the games on the biggest screens in the Caribbean.
When the Lala gonna have to full up, match link up, Fan Central full up. Me team win, every bad cover lift up. Them a silly billy, me carry real bad team that a illy billy. Now bandwagon to the thing, now bother switchy. Represent for your team to the nitty gritty. School silly billy. Now bother tell me about your team and them to make the semi. Game sweet, girl I call it sugar daddy. CVM TV for everybody.
Sabalaba. Yeah, dance Bafana, because they have pulled off the unexpected by many of us, because if you were just tuned in to that game between South Africa and Korea Republic, wow, that is World Cup football. Speaking of World Cup football, you're tuned in to the greatest show on earth, right here on CVM TV, because the full-time whistle has gone and we're now into extra time. Not only extra time, but a special extra time. It's Fan Central Extra Time, and of course, as per usual, we want to thank our sponsors over there by Pepsi. Of course, Pepsi Football Nation, where the fans make the rules. We must make mention of our newly acquired sponsor, our newly acquired friends from Digicel, who have hopped on to Fan Central Extra Time. We thank you, as well as our usual delicious homemade food sponsor, Mothers, and as well as Courts. And we must make mention of Just Bet Gold Rush. Watch all the games on the biggest outdoor screen in the Caribbean. Just follow at JustBetJA for all the details. As you know, my name is Kimani O'Sullivan, and with me on set is our tactician extraordinaire, and he's none other than the man repping Jam Down on the show tonight, Coach Jermaine Thomas. Of course, he's a coaching educator with the JFF, an assistant coach with the National Men's Under-20 team, and also head coach of Malines United Football Club, McGrath High School, and maybe CVM TV FC. Know that sound, Coach?
Who's the striker? Jordan?
Coach, you think Jordan Ford would strike over me in any football team? Come on, Coach, do better than that. We might have to rethink those credentials that you have, you know. Of course, in our fan corner, we must make mention of our fan corner extraordinaire, none other than Rashida Murphy. She has foregone her Germany colors for tonight, and she's also repping Jamaica. I wonder what's going on in the place, because I guess these colors are quite close to South Africa. So you know, we're repping South Africa. Bafana. Somebody who I believe has been to South Africa, given his tax bracket, is none other than our former reggae boy, Tyrone Marshall. And yeah, he joins us via Zoom. Tyrone, any South African lingo you want to drop on us tonight? I know you've been there, or maybe
been there. Played again, Bafana, really spectacular place in Cape Town. I mean, Bubozela, you know, that's where it all started, right? But yeah, man, I have plenty of friends from South Africa. Played against a lot of South Africa, and really good footballing nation. And yeah, that's just happy for the African nation to get a result tonight.
All right.
And ironically, I haven't mentioned this, but the South Korean coach, Hong Bong-bo, was a teammate of mine at LA Galaxy. Wow. You know, so I have a little bit of history there.
Wow. I presume you'll be calling him up later to wish him all the best in that best third place spot, maybe.
Yeah. He's a really good guy, man. So I hope he takes my call.
Yeah. You're a good guy, Tyrone. I'd answer if you called me.
There you go.
Maybe. I'll think about it.
I'll start you up front then. Coach, I'm going to take him off the bench and put him up front, yeah?
Off the bench? Off the bench. Okay. I'll leave Jordan Ford on the bench for now. I'll take it, Coach. I'll take it. All right, speaking of goodies and strikers, forwards, and excitement, we can't have the excitement without you viewers at home, both on YouTube and on TV. We have a giveaway tonight. Of course, we come bearing gifts courtesy of our sponsors. So stay tuned for the fan question that will be coming to you shortly. And you'll get a chance to win this lovely basket filled with goodies, as I said, courtesy of our sponsors here on the show. Let's get into the results from a very packed day of action. You know, when you think about the host nations, 2 of them have secured spots into the next round. We're just going to look at the results now. Of course, on our mind will be that Switzerland game against Canada. The first one, they won, of course, 2-1. Interesting matchup there. And, you know, the clash of the red and whites, Coach Thomas. And it just felt like you know, that group was very interesting. We must make mention of Bosnia as well, defeating Qatar 3-1. That was a huge win for them in terms of the state of play of that third place, that best third place spot. So very interesting matchups. We also had that matchup between Morocco and Haiti. Here you can see it on your screen from Group C, 4-2 in favor of Morocco. Achraf Hakimi scoring a blistering goal, a brilliant one, a goal of the tournament contender. Kudos to you, Haiti, you did well. But Brazil, the Seleção, yeah, they have returned to the pinnacle. They go atop their group, and you know, guess who made their return to football? All right, let's not preempt anything. Let's give each matchup their due diligence, coach. Let's start with Switzerland, Canada. I'm sure you had your eye on that one, Coach Thomas, because Canada, the host nation, they've been doing well, but it seems like they ran up into a very inspired Switzerland team.
It was one of those cat and mouse games. The group was very, very close before the start of the game. No team wanted to give anything away. No. They were a bit cagey. Switzerland, very organized, compact in the middle of the pitch. They had 5 across the midfield, and I thought they outnumbered Canada's 4. Because Canada had David and Lauren up top, 4 across the middle of the pitch. And when they're moving forward, then they would have another player moving outside of the midfield. Switzerland, on the other hand, knew that they never wanted to lose the game. And they denied Canada that central space, so it was clogged and blocked off. The blow came when Switzerland scored. Not only 1, but 2 goals.
Yeah.
And then the game suddenly sprung into life because Canada realized now that, guess what? We need, and they kind of opened up and started playing, and they got a goal, and the game was a little bit more competitive. But Switzerland on the day, for me, was very, very good, very, very organized, and they seemed to wanted it more. Canada, line 2 for most parts, but they were a little bit slow in shifting and not so aggressive in pressing. And in Switzerland were allowed to now play through the lines, and that made it easier for them.
Yeah, of course, Tyrone, the fact is that Canada still managed to make history going through in that second spot. But are we sleeping on Switzerland somewhat? Because maybe that Qatar draw maybe, you know, took them out of our minds for a while, but they look a proper team.
Today, obviously, the Canadians, like Coach mentioned, I didn't think they came with the inspiration that they normally have. You know, I thought the first 2 games, they showed much more, in my opinion, a little bit more livelier. But sometimes when you know that you qualified for the next round, you know, you probably might take your foot off the gas pedal a little bit. And other guys, you know, rushing people, so on and so forth. So I didn't see that competitive edge that the Canadians brought the first 2 games. I thought the Swiss took advantage of that moment. Today, they're very clinical. The goalkeeper made a blunder on the second goal for Canada. However, you know, like Coach mentioned, the Swiss were very clinical inside the box, took care of business, and now they're on to the next stage.
Yeah, we're not going to get into that Bosnia matchup too in depth, but kudos to Bosnia. They kept themselves alive for that 3rd spot. Let's go to the next set of group finales. Of course, we have to start with Brazil, Coach Thomas, because Carlo Ancelotti seems to have unlocked the team. It could be some minor tweaks that he made. Of course, he went with Cunha once again up front instead of Igor Thiago. But what's working for Brazil so much now that they seem to look as threatening as they did in the past, as we can see here through the statistics. 21 shots by them, 8 on target, 54% possession. They were passing it about the park, as you can see, with the 602 passes and 93% pass accuracy, monopolizing possession. And, you know, they just looked a proper team. How has Carlo Ancelotti gone and done that then?
Carlo's ability to coach must not be overlooked. You would have seen him being triumphant in Champions League, and would have had several Champions League titles. And they would have been very, very experienced in and around the cut. But this Brazil team is a bit different. than what you would have been usually accustomed to. The wing backs flying down the pitch and all of them stuff taking place and kind of open football. They're not playing open again. The wing backs are a little bit more reserved and he's keeping numbers at the back of the pitch. The rest defense is always organized and centrally, if you notice Paqueta and Casemiro, they are like rock solid and they're not moving from the central areas and he's trusting his runners. Just before Rafinha got injured, he was one of the runners. Vinny started a little bit wide. Now we are seeing Vinny playing a little bit more inside and sometimes he finds himself in a 10-ish and a 9-ish role and then he's back in the 11 and he's moving a bit. So he's toying with his 7 and his 11s. Kone coming inside made a huge difference. Right. He connects a little bit more, drops off 7 or 11, 10 sometimes, and he brings that kind of flexibility that Thiago never had and brought to the team. So they are looking good, not the Brazil of old, a little bit more structured defensively, and going forward, they are set up most of the time to prevent counters and stuff like that. And I think persons should be wary of this Brazilian team because they're getting better every single time they play.
Yeah, they're getting better. And quickly, Tyrone, it seems like a masterstroke by the Brazilian FA because if memory serves us right, of course, Vini Jr. under Carlo Ancelotti was used quite centrally when Jude Bellingham had that breakout season for Real Madrid. So it seems like Carlo has managed to formulate the team revolving around his best player.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to piggyback on what Coach has mentioned, with the 7, the 11, and the 9, very fluidity in terms of their movement, right? So Vini could come inside, Cunha could pop out on the left or the right. So those type of movements in the front line, creates a lot of havoc for the defenders, especially the center back. Don't know who to check into the deep spot to cover Cunha, and if that happens, then Vinny's running behind, right? Or the 7 or the 11, one of those guys are running behind. So again, a lot of different movements, a lot of different tactics that's being shown here. And like Coach mentioned, Carlo Ancelotti, mastermind in terms of understanding to prevent counters and how to, keep the structure. So when that transition happens, he can be organized behind the ball quickly and not give away cheap goals. And I think as you can see, the Brazilians are started coming to their own, not like the Brazilians of old, right? Where it's a toka and the beautiful game. It's now more organized, structured, and ready to pounce on loose balls and look to create those opportunities to go the opposite way as well.
Wow, can you imagine if Carlo Ancelotti actually does the unthinkable and leads this Brazil team to the World Cup, where that would rank him all time, maybe overtaking Pep, maybe overtaking Sir Alex, depending on who you ask. But that's going to be interesting. Let's talk a little bit about the other fixture. We're just going to gloss over it a little bit. Of course, Morocco got that 4-2 win against Haiti. Haiti really put up a fight. In the end, Morocco's quality told, and kind of expected that result. Mexico, of course. Wow. Host nations are really flying. Here we have the stats for Morocco and Haiti. Of course, domination by Morocco, as one would expect. They were in the AFCON final. Haiti gave a decent account of themselves, despite being outmatched. But nonetheless, Morocco was the dominant force in that one. All right, Coach, just quick comments on Morocco then, because, they seem to be the who's of the African nations.
Yeah, one of the most organized teams I've seen for this World Cup. They were very, very good in the first and the second game. I thought they came into this game, however, wanting to top the group. So I thought probably they were a little bit open, which allowed the 80 to score first, and it kind of made the game difficult. Because the Asian team is not a easy team to play. They're very, very brave, and they will attack and rip you apart if you allow them to. So I think it forced Morocco a bit to kind of be open. They conceded 2, but they scored 4 in the end. I'm looking for them towards the back end of the competition. I think they have a very, very good team and a very good chance of progressing and getting somewhere close to the round of 8. They're about semi-finals. They were semi-finalists last World Cup. I'm not going to be surprised if they go down the road.
Yeah, Tyrone, quick word on Hakimi and what he does. he seems, Coach Ferguson actually referenced him as the positionless fullback because of the attacking positions he takes up, not only for Morocco but also for PSG. Quickly, before we go to the break, just talk about Morocco and their strengths, like, you know, players such as Hakimi and Saibiri.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I think Morocco is one of my teams I picked to, you know, be in the Final Four. I think they are a very good team, very organized, like Coach mentioned, and, you know, the X factor, Hakimi, right? 1 minute he's playing right back, next minute he's playing attacking mid, or he's playing right wing, or he's playing center mid, you know? So, like you said, a player with no position, and those are the hardest players to mark or to keep track of. And he also had quality, right? So, you know, the Moroccan team, very organized, very disciplined, and again, someone to look, a team to be aware of as you get deeper and deeper in the competition.
Yeah, and quickly, before we go to break, Tyrone, I just want to let you know, since you're going to be coaching the CVM team, I'm also a positionless player. You put me. Oh, sorry, coach. No, all right, you're the assistant. Tyrone is the head coach.
Seriously.
All right, we're going to a break, but before we go to a break...
You know, I think the position for him is left back, you know.
Wait, left back. Very funny, Tyrone.
Yeah, left back.
All right, we're going to take... All right, you're beating up on me now. I don't like that. We're going to take a quick break, but when you come back, we're going to tell you more about how you can get involved in the show. And stick around, it's Fan Central Extra Time. We're taking a quick commercial break.
Me team win, everybody cover lift up. Them a silly billy. Me carry real bad team, not a illy billy. Now bandwagon to the thing, now bother switchy. Represent for your team to the nitty gritty. School silly billy. Now bother tell me about your team and them to make the semi. Game sweet, girl I call it sugar daddy.
Welcome to the Pepsi Football Nation.
Rule number 1, it's called football, not soccer. Rule number 2, they should get rid of VAR.
No. Every decision should go to VAR.
Write this down. Pepsi should be the official drink of the nation.
I love that. They won't agree on anything.
That's where Rule 100 kicks in. Everything gets settled on the pitch. What about you? What rule would you want?
Turn up to 25. Turn up to 25. Could I drive out fresh in a MG ride with a staycation all inclusive flex? Yeah. I touch a million cash. Yes. Smart TV, PS5, and home upgrade.
Turn up your winnings this summer with Digicel. Sign up or switch to postpaid or Digicel Plus. Buy a SIM. Top up with 5 bills or more. Buy a 7-day plan or higher. A smartphone deal or just pay your bill. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Promotion period June 24 to September 5, 2026. Visit DigicelJamaica.com for terms and conditions.
It's game on at Quartz. Spend $150,000 on credit purchases or $250,000 on cash at Quartz from May 1, 2026 to June 20, 2026 to be automatically entered for a chance to win one of 3 smart TVs to watch the matches in style. First place gets a 98-inch TCL Smart TV. Second place a 55-inch. And third place a 43-inch. Score big and upgrade your game day vibes when you shop at Quartz, bringing value home. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Conditions apply.
Welcome to the Pepsi Football Nation.
Rule number 1, it's called football, not soccer. Rule number 2, they should get rid of VAR.
No. Every decision should go to VAR.
Write this down. Pepsi should be the official drink of the nation.
I love that. They won't agree on anything.
That's where Rule 100 kicks in. Everything gets settled on the pitch. What about you? What rule would you want?
Tune in to Lead Story, weekdays at 6 p.m. Hosted by Jody Ann Quarry.
Every dream conquered is another dream gained. I land and I fly again like a jet plane. Headed straight in your direction, 'cause I'm wiser, one step closer. I'm winning 'cause I work so hard. And the music keeps on playing, and the people them I say we are march up the night.
Tonight, on Small Biz, Big Dreams, we meet a final year UE student turning her love for flowers into a growing online business. This is Small Biz, Big Dreams. Shari Lee Gardner has been operating her online floral business for a year now, creating custom arrangements for special occasions and everyday moments. The final year university student says floristry started as a creative outlet but quickly blossomed into a business opportunity.
I have always just had a love and passion for flowers and making things beautiful, and one might say that it has been embedded in me because of my name Shari. My mom says it's a derivative of the rose of Sharon, that flower, and my aunt has called me chrysanthemum my entire life, which is another flower. So yeah, something that has always just been a part of my life, and I really do enjoy it. And flowers are the epitome of beauty. They brighten up any sort of gift, any sort of arrangement that you have. Something as simple as even a bottle of wine, pair it with a bouquet of flowers, and trust me, it enhances it completely.
Gardner says social media has played a major role in helping her reach customers and grow her client base while maintaining university life.
Age range, it's usually men I should say, of about age 26 to 65 and over. Aside from just bouquets that are for anniversaries, birthdays, and other special occasions, we also have sympathy arrangements as well that are usually placed in baskets. So in case you want to send, some love, some condolences to someone that is experiencing loss, we also do bouquets for them as well, and floral arrangements.
She says customer satisfaction and creativity remain at the heart of her business, and she hopes to expand into event decor with a physical location in the future.
The biggest risk with flowers is that they're perishable items. So in terms of really targeting the market audience, in terms of really making sure that I have enough customers to sell my flowers to, you don't want to order too much. So yeah, marketing is definitely something that I have had to put a lot of work into, because you don't want your items to die before selling, and any money gonna go to waste, You can find us at Blooming Gifts, that's BLOOMING Gifts, GIFTS JA, on all your social media platforms. So that's Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at Blooming Gifts JA, and you can WhatsApp us at 876-460-2405.
Next week, we continue to spotlight entrepreneurs turning small ideas into big dreams. Until then, for Small Biz, Big Dreams, I'm Kevin Black.
When the Lala go net a fi full up, match link up fan central. Boom, 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 boom. Oh God, welcome to the party, boy! Welcome to the party! Boom, boom. What you want? You want Hennessy? What you want? You want rum bar? What you want? Boom, boom, boom. Joga bonito, joga bonito. Boom, boom, boom. Oh God. World Cup start! Boom!
World Cup start, Coach Thomas. Yeah, Neymar is back. And yeah, he's excited. He wants Hennessy, he wants all them things. You know what we want? We want Pepsi, Mother's Courts, all of the sponsors. That's what we want. But let's get into my favorite segment of the night, none other than the playbook. Of course, it's time to get into the nitty-gritty of the tactics that goes behind these World Cup teams. What works, how it works. And Coach Thomas, we're going to start off with Canada and Switzerland. What are we looking at here as we prepare to walk you through everything that this match had to offer, Coach? It seemed like initially the 4-4-2 of Canada and the 4-2-3-1 of Switzerland. But one of these teams got the better of the other, and we know that is Switzerland.
Yes. Switzerland, as I said earlier, compact. They were compact, had numbers across the middle of the pitch. They outnumbered Canada across. They had 5 across when they were defending, and that made it difficult, and outnumbered Canada with their 4, because oftentimes the left or the right-sided midfielder would have moved and left 3, and Switzerland constantly kept 5 inside there, and I thought that made a difference.
Yeah, and you have a particular interest in this right side, coach.
Yeah, because we got a goal from this, and it was very interesting to see how they build up. They started the play on the right-hand side. The wing back played the ball to Mzambe, who made a run between both centre halves.
Right.
Now, both centre halves followed, but centre half 2, which is the second defender, was too close to the play. Hence, the wing back tried to strike the balance. It was got a bit too tight because Mbolo stayed central. So he came all the way inside and then left Vargas open on this side. And then the ball was played right across, and then Vargas knocked inside the back of the net because the wing back was too close and got too tight.
Yeah, coach, your typical overload on one side and then, you know, at the back post.
Right.
Yeah, we've seen that a fixture in Switzerland's game, of course. Tyrone, how did you see the Canada setup not working against this Switzerland team?
Yeah, like Coach mentioned, you know, very compact. And they were trying to overload, you know, when Canada played, they'll try to, you know, find those half spaces and try to create numbers inside. And once you clog those spaces and compact the line, it becomes really, you know, one-dimensional. Now you got to try to go outside. And I think the Canadians struggle a bit trying to find those, you know, those moments. As the game wore on, later on, when it opened up a bit, yeah, you could see Canadians start to dominate a little bit more in the last 15 minutes. However, you know, Switzerland did a really good job of making it really compact and really difficult with numbers inside to play.
Yeah, and Granit Xhaka was brilliant as per usual, coach and Tyrone. We're going to just get into the setup of the Brazil game against, of course, they defeated the Scots of Scotland, I mean, led by Scott McTominay. It wasn't his usual influential self. Got a few shots on goal, a few half chances, one good chance coming in that game. But yeah, coach, let's prepare ourselves to dissect Carlo Ancelotti's masterclass that included one of his talisman returning, because it seems like Brazil and Neymar might be live for this tournament. Could they do a madness? Maybe they could. If anybody can do it, it would be Carlo Ancelotti, a winning pedigree type of coach. Coach Thomas, let's just get into the preliminary discussions first while we get ready for the breakdown. Brazil, you mentioned about the fluidity of the front 4. We must give a quick shout out to that Bournemouth right winger Ryan, who came in for Rafinha. Coach, he's just been really electric, but it's all about Vinny Jr., I presume.
To me, it was what we're seeing now. Like, unlike in the past when Brazil was like, let's say, a 1 or 2 player who stood out, we are seeing a complete team playing. And in the first game when they were up against Morocco, I mean, Casemiro, Paquet and them guys were overrun by the midfield. And you would have seen in the last 2 games where they have came on and they've been playing a little bit more consistent, they're a little bit more resolute and a little bit more assured and assertive, and they are looking the part, but it's different because they are playing through the line, they are transitioning quickly. No longer are you seeing 10, 5, 6, 7 passes before they move. You're not seeing that whole heap of tricks and them stuff like we normally see with Pass, the Nilsson and them guys who are extremely skillful. Ronaldinho sometimes spend a whole lot of time one place, but you are seeing a Vinny now that is penetrating and transitioning as quick as possible. When Rafinha is there, he's also transitioning as quick as possible and running in behind. So I think this makes this Brazilian team dangerous and one to look for.
Yeah, of course, Tyrone, I just want to get your quick thoughts of this Brazilian team. It seems like, as coach says, they've moved away somewhat from the pure roots type of Jogo Bonito to somewhat of a more European, German-like setup where it's focused on technical ability, pace, hard work. And it seems like Neymar coming back in is that last remnant of that Jogo Bonito style, right before the break, coach.
Yeah, it's the MO of Ancelotti, right? Very dynamic footballing, right? Where, again, you check and run it behind. If the space is there, that's what it's going to be. Looking to break the lines, looking to play forward, like Coach mentioned, not 6, 7, 8, 10 passes before, right? Shifting the team. It's more, hey, if the space is on to play forward, we're going to play forward and try to get in behind and try to get the goal as quickly as possible. And again, using the speed and using the talent of the players that they have at their disposal. Vinny Jr., Cunha, right? And you mentioned the right winger who came in as well. So utilizing those athletes and their talent, I think that's what Brazil is doing now, and they start to mend and they start to gel a little bit more and understand each other, and that's why they start to, as you can see, progressing. They're doing each game, they're getting better and better.
Yeah, the tournament seems like it's becoming complete. Cristiano is here, Messi is here, Ochoa got a game, Neymar is back. Lot to look forward to going for the rest of the tournament. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, of course, we're going to talk a little bit to our Fan Central fan corner extraordinaire, Rashida Murphy, who is standing by. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Match link up, Fan Central full up. Me team win, every bad cover lift up. Them a silly billy. Me carry real bad team, not a illy billy. Now bandwagon to the thing, now bad a switchy. Represent for your team to the nitty gritty. School silly billy. Now bad a tell me boy your team and them na make the semi. Game sweet, girl I call it sugar daddy. CVM TV.
Welcome to the Pepsi Football Nation.
Rule number 1, it's called football, not soccer. Rule number 2, they should get rid of VAR.
No. Every decision should go to VAR.
Write this down. Pepsi should be the official drink of the nation.
I love Pepsi. They won't agree on anything.
That's where Rule 100 kicks in. Everything gets settled on the pitch. What about you? What rule would you want?
It's game on at Quartz. Spend $150,000 on credit purchases or $250,000 on cash at Quartz from May 1, 2026 to June 20, 2026 to be automatically entered for a chance to win one of 3 smart TVs to watch the matches in style. First place gets a 98-inch TCL Smart TV. Second place a 55-inch. And third place a 43-inch. Score big and upgrade your game day vibes when you shop at Quartz, bringing value home. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Conditions apply.
Turn up to 25. Turn up to 25. Could I drive out fresh in a MG ride with a staycation all inclusive flex? Yeah. I got a million cash. Yes. Smart TV, PS5. I know I'm upgrade.
Turn up your winnings this summer with Digicel. Sign up or switch to postpaid or Digicel Plus. Buy a SIM. Top up with 5 bills or more. Buy a 7-day plan or higher. A smartphone deal or just pay your bill. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Promotion period June 24 to September 5, 2026. Visit DigicelJamaica.com for terms and conditions.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Hey, what's up, one?
Hi, I am Candy Pang at
Watagwan.
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 Watagwan. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. on CVM TV.
When the Lala Gonetta fi full up, match link up, Fan Central full up. Me team win, every bad cover lift up. Them a silly billy, me carry real bad team.
All right, welcome back to Fan Central Extra Time. My name is Kimani O'Sullivan, still here with Coach Jermaine Thomas and Tyrone Marshall on Zoom, as well as, guess who? Rashida Murphy. And it's time for Murphy's Law, Murphy's List, Fame or Shame. Rashida, let's get your top 3 players of the match day. I'm interested to see what you've cooked up for us today.
Hi, Kimani. So at number 3, I'm going to start off with Ismail Saibari from Morocco. And all the persons are looking for the Hakimis and the stars, but he has been very, very instrumental for Morocco's midfield. Okay. Also, he's 3 for 3, one of the first African players to do that at this tournament. So he's having a World Cup of his life. He's off the market for clubs who probably would be looking at him, but he's in my list. Number 2, it's going to be the Brazilian, Vini Jr. You know, most of Brazil's creativity and goals come through Vini, and he has just been stepping up in that role outside of the whole Neymar fan craze and all of that. He's the main man and it's his team, and he has shown that so far in this World Cup, and it's just he's arrived amongst the stars. And number 1, I'd have to say this is going to be a shocker, but it's Wilson Isidore from Haiti. You know, their first goal since 1973. I think this is a historic moment for them. 74, sorry. Very historic moment for Haiti and for him. Also, you saw that Haiti missed a player of his caliber in the first 2 games, and so for him to start in the last game is instrumental for them, and I think moving on in other tournaments and other World Cups, he'll be a player to watch for Haiti because he was very, very good. Sorry that they lost, but was a great performance from him. My shame pick, if I could, I would put the entire Scotland defense on this board, but it's gonna be McKenna. His very, very poor defensive performance today gifted Brazil their goals, and outside of that, Brazil didn't have much creativity or going forward for them. It was all due to this man here, so he's my shame pick of the day. So we Kimani, any objections?
Hey, all right. Let me get into it, Rashida, because I can't let that Isidore pick. I can't let it go. I can't let it go. Here's the thing. Brilliant goal. We've seen brilliant goals be, you know, persons scoring goals for lesser teams all the time, and you know they get the credit and they get the praise, and he's such a talented player. Vinicius Jr. has been criticized countless times for Brazil. He's shown up this tournament, right? Especially in a game like this against a Scotland team who's trying to get to the next round. Why wouldn't Vinny be number 1? Of course, maybe I'm a bit biased here, and Isidore, since he plays for a certain club, which I won't mention as a Newcastle fan, he plays for Sunderland. But I can't agree with the Isidore number 1 pick. Coach Thomas?
Not in agreement. Vinny had an awesome run today, scoring an hat-trick, scoring 3 goals. I mean, why would you want to go around that?
Outside of Scotland's mistakes, would he have scored those goals?
3 goals.
1 was chalked off
3 goals,
for
nonetheless.
Foul, but still, it's mistakes. He was gifted the goals.
On a day.
He didn't score a goal.
You're giving Brazil a hard time. I'm just wondering why.
Because here's what we're going to do. CVM's coach, head coach, Gaffer.
Head coach again.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Him get the word.
But I got the job from Jordan.
Jordan doesn't determine who's head coach. This is my show. Tyrone Marshall, go ahead.
Yeah, coach, don't worry. You're going to be associated head coach. Right on, man. Don't worry. Like Coach mentioned, Vinny Jr. has to be number 1. Rashida, I apologize, but yeah, I think he had to be number 1, right? And then second, I would give Hakimi. Like Coach mentioned, I think Hakimi has just been fantastic, you know, from the first game, and scoring today a brilliant goal. So I would give him, you know, he was a close second for me, but Hakimi for sure. And then this one is going to be, I have it written down here, it's the goalkeeper for Switzerland, who I gave the 3rd. Yes, Kobel. I actually give him the 3rd spot.
Ooh, that's a good shout. My producer is saying, Rashida, that what happened to Bafana's Mokena? And Maseka, pardon me. He was brilliant. I personally wouldn't put him there, but that's just a producer's pick.
Right. But if I was, I'd put him over Vinny, because again, here's the reasoning. Here's where I'm going with it, Kimani. Brazil has not wowed me this entire World Cup. I'm still waiting for the Brazil that people are talking about. Again, they faced one of the worst teams at the World Cup, and they were gifted those goals.
Wow.
Vinny, I'll give him, he's stepping up to the moment. It wasn't other players are doing historic things. He's just along for the ride.
Rashida, if I may, I think like we mentioned earlier, right, the Brazil of old, that's gone, right? Because there's a new coach now at the head,
right?
Ancelotti. So you get that style of play is going to be gone. So you got to look at it from that perspective, right?
Definitely.
Put everything in a nutshell and look how they're starting to evolve how Ancelotti wants them to play. So I think that beautiful Jogo Bonito style is gone. So now you got to change, look through a different lens and see, if you can approach it that way.
I am looking through a different lens. I think if you watch a lot of Ancelotti at Real Madrid.
You're less dark.
No, because if you're watching a lot of Ancelotti's teams, you'll see that they are poorly coached and they rely on so much individual brilliance.
Poorly coached?
Yes, he's more man management more than tactician.
She's a good fan.
And so
she's a good fan.
Again,
I love her.
Brazil is not exciting. It's not the Jojo Bonito alone that I'm worrying about. I'm talking about as a team collectively. Brazil has not been the best showcase at the World Cup. I'm sorry, guys.
Tyrone, she's a good fan, and I love her for being a good fan. And I appreciate her for being a good fan. Let's leave it at that. Yeah.
You need the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
Good and evil. Yeah.
I'm not here. I'm not here. I'm not here. Let's go.
Morocco is second in the group.
Coach, my brain is scrambled. My brain is scrambled right now, but Rashida has more work to do by the screens, of course, because we will be going to the state of play as it relates to the standings. Rashida, I believe you have the information for us as you prepare to walk us through everything that has been going on.
Yes, Kimani, so there won't be any debates about because I can't get the standings wrong. It's already final. So we're starting off with Group C. Brazil and Morocco have advanced. Scotland are looking at the 8 best top 3 teams to go through, so they have to wait on the remainder of the matches to be played for them to decide where they go. I'm kind of feeling sorry for Haiti after today, Kimani. I think the head-to-head kind of really dampened their mood to go through as well, and also the refereeing decision in that Scotland game. And so we'll move on to the other groups that we have here to see how they're lining up for the rest of the World Cup going into the round of 32. Okay, Group B. So I think this group here is where things really left open for anybody to grab onto whatever. Switzerland are going to go into the round of 32 as the group leaders. Canada, they've already confirmed playing against Bafana come Sunday. Bosnia also has to wait on the remainder of the games to see if they go through as the 3rd best 8 teams that are going to be looking for that qualification. Qatar, they were just here for participation. And last but definitely not least, we're going to Group A. Also, what a shocker this group ended up to be, because I think leading into the first games, you'd have thought that Mexico, Korea are solidified going through. However, it is Mexico and South Africa who are advanced, and again South Korea has to wait to see where they take place in the standings for the round of 32, and Czech Republic have been officially eliminated by FIFA.
Yeah, tough for Czechia. But wow, what a shock by South Africa. Rashida, I think you have a bit more to do because we must get into the 3rd place race, and I'm going to look away here because I don't know what that team is doing at 9.
Belgium. Yes, so as we see here, Bosnia and Herzegovina also have qualified to the round of 32. They are pretty safe after that performance that they gave. Sweden, Croatia still have to play their remaining matches to see where they fall in terms of qualification. Again, Korea Republic cannot do anything on their own so far. They have to wait on the other games. Algeria, Paraguay, who also are left to play as well, can capitalize on that last game. Scotland, it's looking a bit, it's looking a bit for them, given that they did not outscore today to go through. Cabo Verde, I think, is one of the teams that will pull off a shocker for this World Cup. I do see them advancing. They just need a draw, a goal or two, to finish second in that group that has Spain, Uruguay. And then we're seeing Kimani's team here who are going to go home, Belgium.
Not too much
but they have a last game to prove themselves. DR Congo also has to come out with something spectacular to advance. Ecuador, they're in a very tough group. They play Germany for the last game. Senegal also has to sit and wait for the other teams and also potentially outscore Iraq by 4 goals, or they see themselves out.
Boy, for the life of me, man, come on, Belgium, come on, do not do this to me. I might not be able to host this show.
That's your team?
Yes, that's my team, sir.
You're bringing them before the World Cup to win the World Cup?
No, I never said that. I never said that.
But that's your team.
That's my team.
They're 9th.
And I'm standing by them.
They're the 9th best team.
Jeremy Doku returned
in the third place race.
Jeremy Doku returned after having his kid. It's curtains.
No, they're the 9th.
Sorry, his wife had their child, but he was there and he's going to use those superpowers as a newly crowned dad to wreak havoc. Mark my words. Like the horse.
Let it go.
Like the horse, mark my words.
It's over, Kimani.
They are the 9th best team in the 3rd place race, Kimani.
With teams left to play who are better than them.
Teams left to play who are better than them.
Why is my assistant coach talking to me so
I'm just
all right, we have to take a break. My producer has been rushing me. We're going to talk about this off here, gentlemen. But when we come back, we have more from the fan corner, how you can get involved, because we must give away this lovely basket from our sponsors. So stick with us right here on Fan Central Extra Time. We'll be right back.
When the Lala go net fi full up, match link up, Fan Central full up. Me team win, every bad cover lift up.
Welcome to the Pepsi Football Nation.
Rule number 1, it's called football, not soccer. Rule number 2, they should get rid of VAR.
No. Every decision should go to VAR.
Write this down. Pepsi should be the official drink of the nation.
I love that. They won't agree on anything.
That's where Rule 100 kicks in. Everything gets settled on the pitch. What about you? What rule would you want?
Turn up to 25. Could I drive out fresh in a MG ride with a staycation, all inclusive flex? Yeah. Hard to tell me the cash. Yes. Smart TV, PS5, and home upgrade.
Turn up your winnings this summer with Digicel. Sign up or switch to postpaid or Digicel Plus. Buy a SIM. Top up with 5 bills or more. Buy a 7-day plan or higher. A smartphone deal or just pay your bill. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Promotion period June 24 to September 5, 2026. Visit DigicelJamaica.com for terms and conditions.
When the Lala go net fi full up, match link up, Fan Central full up. Me team win, every bad cover lift up. Them a silly billy.
I got this jersey because I think I look slightly more Norwegian than I do Senegalese. Where are you from?
Straight from Jamaica, but you know I look Senegalese, so I'm not going to be...
Same reason.
I'm not going to comment on that at all because I do not want to get cancelled. That looks like something that will lead you to becoming cancelled, so I will not comment. Welcome back to Fan Central Extra Time. I'm your host, star striker for CVM FC, Kimani O'Sullivan. I'm hearing chuckling in the background. I don't know what that's about. But we have a video sent in from a fan who has experienced and given us an in-depth experience into the Morocco against Haiti game. So let's enjoy this vlog from one of our trusty viewers. Yeah, so we have the B-roll here of that experience from our fan. We're just going to put it up on screen now. Yeah, Morocco against Haiti, that was a very exciting match. Let's take that video now.
When we say chat boat outer road, and I think of chattings, chat boat fully outer road, and where we there today? We're there at the Stadium for World Cup 2026. A once in a lifetime experience for some. Every 4 years I'm trying to make it. Right, I'm not Lionel Messi. We can't come every year, so. You know? Yeah. Me I carry on with me though. Me I carry on with me. Me I carry on with me. So this are the small Moroccan contingent, you know? Take a better picture of this. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, that have to keep moving. No stagnation. Yeah, man. Chat about outer road, you know? In the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, you know? To watch Haiti versus Morocco at 6 p.m. But today from what? Surely get to see it clean, start the festivities. Because after all, 2026 only happen one time in our lifetime. And for who never did there, forward with me, no man. For all of who never had the time off, all of who never make it, forward with me, no man. Chat about our car, no man, and we're gonna see the vibe. Because it's a pre-match vibe, you know? Pre-match vibe when I get, you know? Remember, so not started, you know? Pre-match vibe we are going, you know? You see me? I'll find the section, all I see it and just go on, you see me? So crowd of people, massive and cool. Kickoff is at 6. But if you know anything about World Cup, which I never know not about because of my first World Cup, come here well surely. Look at 2 hours before kickoff.
2 hours early. Chat boat. Hey, that's even a better name than Mashmouth. Mashcorn. that's a better name than Mashcorn. Chat boat. We have so many great fans. The Yardi them really show up in a coach.
Yeah,
man, we always show up and show up wherever we go. So thank you for sending those videos in. Speaking of fans though, we have this lovely basket to give away. So we're going to ask and throw out our first fan question of the night. So get yourselves ready because you're going to want to answer this one. Quite easy if you ask me, but I'm an expert, so I don't count. So the question is, which 2 teams are the only 2 teams to have not scored a goal in the World Cup so far? I repeat, which 2 teams are the only 2 teams to have not scored a goal at the World Cup thus far? So you can call us at 876-833-0897 and yeah, the lines are open and I believe I'm being told we have a caller on the line. So his name is Gio. Thanks for joining us, Gio.
Thanks for having me. You hearing me well?
Hearing you.
You hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. You sound a bit faint now.
Yeah.
Are you hearing me, Gio?
Yeah, man, I'm hearing you.
All right, great.
Can I answer this question?
Sure. Go ahead. Tell me which team you support first, though.
I'm with Brazil.
Okay, cool. So you're okay. Go ahead. Answer the question.
All right, so I know Turkey did not score any goals, for sure. And Panama also did not score any goals.
So Turkey and Panama.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you're locking that in. Final answer.
Final answer.
All right. Survey says you are correct, Gio. You seem to know your stuff. So you have just won this lovely gift basket courtesy of our sponsors. Congratulations. Our team will be reaching out to you so that we can arrange for you to pick up this lovely package. And yeah, you can continue watching us on Fan Central Extra Time as well if you so desire. You can be in the fan corner, live and direct here in our CVM studios. How does that sound?
No problem at all. Just tell me when and where.
All right, Gio. Take care, man. Take care. Thanks for calling in.
All right, take care.
All right. Wow, Gio just won a won a little thing for himself, coach. I love that. Yeah. All right, so let's talk to our referee extraordinaire, Victor Stewart. Of course, he was a FIFA referee. He is our expert here, and we're gonna chime in. We're gonna have him chime in on some of the things that have happened in this tournament. Victor, are you here?
Yes.
Great,
yes,
great.
Bro, I'm here.
Great. Thanks for joining us. Victor?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, cool. All right, so Victor, we're going to play this video and then get right into the discussions.
Okay.
Not get a penalty in this situation. So we have to first look at if there was a foul on the build-up to the penalty situation. And there was no foul. It was a fair shoulder-to-shoulder challenge and play on. So you then have to look at if there was an offside on the first pass. And when you look at a situation, it was onside. So we can now look at a penalty situation. The attacker had a ball and went towards the goalkeeper on a one-on-one situation and then got tackled. So he fell down and then tried to score again, and the ball hit his teammate who was in an offside position. So the offside call was correct because he was closer to the goal line than the second last opponent. However, the offside situation happened after the penalty situation. So a penalty can be called here. So when you look at this situation, the attacker had control of the ball and the defender tried to tackle the ball but blatantly missed it. He hit the attacker on knee height and made a flying challenge and completely missed the ball. And this was an obvious foul and a penalty must be called in this situation. This is not a fair challenge. He clearly tackled the opponent, he missed the ball, and this is a foul. And the referee was not close to the situation, so he made no decision here, and this is up to VR to intervene. And VR must intervene in this situation for a clear and obvious mistake by the referee to not call a penalty. So VR must call over the referee here for an on-field review so he can call a penalty. And this should be seen as a challenge for the ball, but he missed it, so a yellow card is appropriate here for denying an obvious goal scoring opportunity, since a red card is downgraded to a yellow card inside the penalty area. But most importantly, this is 100% a penalty and it must be called, and VR must intervene in this situation.
Well, clear dog, so from our perspective. Victor, give us the breakdown on that missed call for Ghana against England.
Yes, this brings me to the question as to the consistency with which VAR intervenes. Because if you go back a few days in the Argentinian game, when two defenders tackled Martinez, the on-field referee did not make a decision. However, VAR did intervene, call him over, he went to the monitor, he came back, changed his decision, awarded a penalty correctly. In this case, as the analyst there quite eloquently elaborated, the ball, if you notice where the ball was on the ground and a challenge was made above the knee. Terry knows so much about that as a defender. Right. So there was clearly a foul there that the referee missed. And he mentioned the position of the referee. The referee was not close enough to play. So he did not make an on-field decision. What we are saying, and what the gentleman on the video is saying, is that VAR, who have the benefit of replay, should have called him over and say, my friend, I suggest you take a look at this. Now we're wondering why the inconsistency, because we mentioned the Argentinian game versus this game. So the same thing that applies in the Argentina game should have applied here, where the referee make an obvious mistake on field. VAR should have intervened and asked him to take a second look, in which case he would have seen the foul clearly.
Well, from my perspective, Victor, I would want to ask you, as a referee or former referee, what could lead to the VAR team not sending him to the screen after seeing that? Is it that they just glossed over it and didn't look at the challenge, or was it could it be a case of them just saying, okay, we're not ruining the game because the referee clearly didn't see anything and we're just gonna let it go?
I don't think it's that. I remember early in the season they gave an excuse for a no VAR intervention, stating technology challenges. In these tournaments, as referee, the on-field referee and the VAR referee. They are graded, they are marked. Their next match depends on their performance in this match. Therefore, if you have a situation that you should have dealt with,
right,
and you not dealt with it accordingly, then your assessors and your instructors will be coming at you very hard, and it may compromise your appointment to a next game. They can't be seeing the facts there in front of them, both on-field and off-field match official. Right, so I can't say for sure what really took place, if they were instructed not to, or did they just allow play to continue and maybe seeing it too late to call back, because if play continued and phases of play changes over a period of time, the VAR intervention, while it doesn't have a specific time span, we would expect it to come into vogue when the ball next goes out of play.
Right. Okay.
And there are some cases where if play is going on too long, then the VAR could tell the referee, okay, my friend, you need to stop. You need to take a look at this.
Yeah, and we've seen that quite a few times as well. So
we would have seen it. We would have seen it.
Okay. All right. So thanks, Victor. Thanks for shedding some light on that. Tough one on Ghana. England got away with one there, and I guess we'll see what happens with Ghana and England in the coming days. Final comments now as we seek to put a lid on tonight's Fan Central Extra Time. Coach Thomas, just sum up the day's action for us.
Well, exciting, intriguing. We have seen some tough ones today. Mexico, I think, was very, very good. Morocco came from behind. Brazil, 3 stars. So looking forward to tomorrow. Going to be exciting again.
Okay.
And looking forward for round of 32.
Yeah. All right, Rashida, last thoughts.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things today, South Africa qualifying for the knockout rounds for the first time in their history. I think that's one of the biggest takeaways, given that the first game persons looked at them and kind of chalked them off. So I think that was the best. Brazil, again, not outstanding. So that's it.
Brazil taking a beating from Rashida Murphy. Tyrone Marshall.
Yeah, really exciting day of football. Lots of game to digest. Also, like Rashida mentioned, South Africa going on, but also the Canadians progressing as well. So we got to, take our hats off to those guys, and looking forward to tomorrow's matches as well. So really excited.
Speaking of tomorrow's matches, I'm glad you mentioned them. Let's take a look at them right before we go out. Of course, Curacao, they take on Ivory Coast. Ecuador will take on Germany. Japan, interesting team, will be taking on Graham Potter and Sweden. Tunisia will take on the Netherlands. Paraguay, they take on Australia. Turkey will round out the matches against the US of A.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. That will do it for Fan Central Extra Time. Thank you to our sponsors, Pepsi Football Nation, where fans make the rules. Football, better with Pepsi. Thank you to Digicel as well, our official food sponsor, Mothers, Courts, and Just Bet Gold Rush. Watch all the games on the biggest outdoor screen in the Caribbean. Follow at JustBetJA for details. Yeah, so we're back with you tomorrow at 10 p.m. Fan Central and Fan Central Extra Time. So, thank you for joining us. It was a great time. On behalf of the hardworking production team here at CVM TV, we just want to leave you with this note. You think you know football? Then call in. The number is on your screen, 876-833-0897. Send us your videos, send us your vlogs, send us who you think will be the best player on CVM FC. I know it's me. You can vote for me. Rising. Oh, wait, no. All right, we're out. That's it for Fan Central Extra Time. See you tomorrow. Take care.
When the Lala go net a fi full up, match link up, Fan Central full up. Me team win, every bad cover lift up. Them a silly billy, me carry real bad team that a illy billy. Now bandwagon to the thing, now bad a switchy. Represent for your team to the nitty gritty. School silly billy. Now bad a tell me about your team and them to make the semi. Game sweet, girl I call it sugar daddy. CVM TV, for everybody.
Central Extra.
Extra Time was brought to you by Pepsi Football Nation, where fans make the rules. Football, better with Pepsi. We also want to thank Digicel. Turn up your winnings this summer with Digicel. Courts, bringing value home. Mothers, love in every bite. And Just Bet Goal Rush. Watch all the games on the biggest screens in the Caribbean.
From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7 for Wednesday, June 24, 2026. I'm Nika Lewis. Thank you for joining us. We begin tonight with a developing regional story. Venezuela is grappling with the devastation caused by a major earthquake that struck near the country's Caribbean coast today, causing widespread panic and structural damage. The 7.1 magnitude tremor forced evacuations in Caracas, disrupted power and telecommunications services, and triggered tsunami alerts across several Caribbean territories as emergency responders continue search and assessment operations. More in this report from Al Jazeera.
Now we start with some breaking news. A magnitude 7.1 earthquake has hit northern Venezuela near its capital, Caracas. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, it struck at a depth of 13 kilometers. Residents in neighboring Colombia also reported feeling tremors. The U.S. tsunami warning system has also issued a tsunami threat for Puerto Rico. And this is the latest footage from Venezuela's capital, Caracas. A number of buildings have reportedly been damaged, and emergency services have been deployed to that scene. We're going to bring you all the further updates as they become available. Again, just repeating that, a 7.1 magnitude earthquake has hit northern Venezuela.
We'll have more in subsequent newscasts. Back home now, the Jamaica Medical Doctors Association is raising